This Positive Side of Sports and Entertainment presentation is brought to you by Wild Fish. Welcome to the Positive Side, where we're going to bring you a little bit of life, sports, and entertainment. Our philosophy here on the Positive Side is that we don't have a rearview mirror. Why? Because if we keep looking back at all the things we've just passed by, life is just going to be a downer. That's why they make that windshield so much bigger, so you can keep looking straight ahead and keep your life positive.
We got something special.
On today's show, we reminisce with the 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks World Series champions. We're talking playoff fever with this year's hot Diamondbacks team. And we're keeping it positive with Diamondbacks pitcher, 20-game winner, Ian Kennedy. So sit back and relax. It's showtime. Welcome to the Positive Side. I'm your host, Roy Garibaldi, along with my little brother here, Gibby. And I can tell you there's nothing better than going to a ball game. But Gibby, when we look back at the Arizona Diamondbacks in spring training, quite honestly, there was a lot of fans that were very impatient because they were at the bottom of the standings. They weren't winning games, but Kirk Gibson had something in mind. Let's be patient and let's get to know who these young kids are.
You know, here's the one thing. We didn't know who these players were, and when they told us Ian Kennedy was going to be the starter, we looked at each other and thought, this is your ace? He's got to go against the freak over in San Francisco,
Absolutely.
Kershaw in LA. I mean, these are guys who we had no idea. They weren't tested or approved yet. I mean, Upton got left right field named after him, but did we really think Upton was going to take it up a notch? But here's what we knew. You had Kirk Gibson, Alan Trammell, Don Baylor, Eric Young. Who are these guys? These are all winners, and we knew if the players listened to them, that was going to be the key to the season.
Well, to look at Ian Kennedy back at Christmas time when they were out here giving shoes away to all the kids, I'm like, who is this guy? And he sure has proven to be a winner, that's for sure. But you know, Gibby and I, we've got some gray hair now. And back in 2001, when the Arizona Diamondbacks shocked the New York Yankees, they didn't have gray hair either. But it's amazing all the memories that take us back 10 years ago to the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I don't think any of us had gray hairs. But you know what's funny is we caught up to some of the players, and man, some of those guys are sporting a little white hair too.
They're calling this a 10-year reunion, but to you guys, it's almost like a high school 10-year reunion. How much fun you guys are having just being around each other?
It's been great. You know, fortunately, I do the fantasy camps in the wintertime, and a lot of us we get to see each other once a year, which is helpful. But there's some guys that don't do it, like Elby Lopez or Danny Bautista, some guys I haven't seen in 9-10 years. So it's good to see those guys, and we get together, it's like we haven't missed a beat. We're still giving each other a hard time, and you know, it's like being in the clubhouse again.
You know, that's what's so unique about our team. When we get together, it's almost like we rebond so fast. It's almost like it was yesterday, and it was a special group of guys, and you don't really find that too much. I was able to play 18 years in the major leagues, and this was truly a unique group of players.
Somehow, you put the chemistry together. Do you look back now and say, wow, that was a group of characters?
Well, it was a group of characters. I knew that going in, but it was a group of characters that knew how to play the game, and they knew how to play it the right way. The hardest part for me was very early on in the season to get the veterans to buy into the idea of not playing every day. With Matty and Jay and Tony and Finns, we had guys, Gracie, that, we're getting up there in years. That's everybody knocked us in spring training. They said we were too old to win. So with that in mind, we knew we wanted to give the veterans some time off. We had a great bench with Counsell and DeLucci and Durazo and Colburn, and it just seemed like whoever we ran out there on a given day, we were still winning ball games. And that made it easier for the veterans to accept sitting next to me one night and being the secret weapon late in the game, and then knowing they were going to be right back in there the next day. So once everybody realized that everybody's going to be a part of this, that's when it really took off.
Somehow you found a way to convince these guys with Bob Brenly, look, if you guys play as one, we can win the whole thing.
Well, we had a plan that we scrapped after 1 year, and we were going to build like the Rockies with a slow process, and we made a decision to go for it. And, a lot of teams have plans to go for it. and it doesn't happen. But we went for pitching, as you know, and when you add Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling and a few others together, and we had some seasoned professionals, pros who had been around, like Gonzalez and Williams and Bell and so forth, Mark Grace. It was a great group of guys, and they knew how to win. They loved being together, and you know, that's part of winning in this in any sport, and that is you've got to have camaraderie, and boy, did we have it.
Jerry was really the guy that put it all together, and I'll be forever thankful to him for allowing me to come here. But you know, I now own my own company, and a lot of what I do from an approach perspective from building this company is stuff that I learned from Jerry, and he's someone I'll always treasure as a friend, and someone I'm very proud to have been able to do what we did while we were here for him.
You were a big fan favorite here because you hustled. That was one reason why Jerry Colangelo believed in you. He also believed in a way that he could bring a title to this city, and he sure did it.
He did. I mean, he had a vision. He was like one of us in the clubhouse. He played sports. He knew what we were going through, and he gave us every opportunity to be successful out here on the field. By putting the right guys in the clubhouse, the right coaching staff in place, and it was just a perfect storm that year. And I mean, when you have the two-headed monster of Schilling and Johnson leading your rotation, and we had a solid staff through and through, but when you have those two guys like that, you get to the playoffs. We created some nice magic that year.
A team that believed in each other. I mean, we had young guys, but mainly it was a veteran team. We came in to win. We knew how to win. Could we put it all together? And luckily, I mean, I always tell people we had Kurt and Randy. I mean, those two guys carried. They won 47% of our games that year, so that was very big. But a whole group of veteran guys that wanted to win, and I think even us, after we did win, we're surprised that it really happened.
Everybody between the white lines did everything we were supposed to do. It wasn't, you know, people going to get the accolades, that's great, but it took 25 guys in between two white lines to get it done.
You never looked at yourself as a hero because you guys were really one unit, one big team.
Yeah, we were a great bunch of guys. We got along well together in the clubhouse and on the field. We knew what we had to do to go out there and play hard. We had a couple bumps in the road throughout the season, but at the same time, when it all counted for us to come down at the end, it was fun. It was an exciting time here in Arizona.
Reg, what do you remember most about that event?
About
the World Series itself.
The World Series. You know, for me, I mean, it was just the completion of a great season. You know, when you get to that particular point, just the up and down of adversity and good times and all that, but the ability to be able to win that and the way we won it and through all the adversity, and was just a tremendous outcome for all of us.
The Diamondbacks have won the World Series.
This look back of the 2001 World Series champions has been brought to you by R&S Mattress, featuring Tuck Me In, where R&S Mattress is looking for some needy children to make a difference and give them the bedding they need for a good night's sleep.
Right now, every pitch, every out, every hit, every fan, every win, every game matters. Don't miss your Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League Division Series. D-backs postseason tickets are on sale now. Visit dbacks.com/postseason.
Welcome back to The Positive Side. We want to see you out here at Chase Field. There's many ways that you can do it. You can do it by calling our box office, 602-514-8400. You can come down in person to the box office here at the ticket windows. You can do it online at dbacks.com or through social media. We're on both Twitter at @dbacks or on Facebook as well. Hope to see you out here.
Wow, I can't believe that it's been 10 years. And you know what? If you look at some of these players, it looks like they can still play today. But one thing is for sure, when we talk to them, the one word they use most often is surreal.
Take us back, Greg, to that final night where I don't think anybody will disagree with this. It was very surreal.
It was. I mean, it still is. I mean, until we see it tonight or you see it on video replay, it's just something that seemed like never happened. You're down there and you're in Game 7 of a World Series. You're winning, you're losing, you're winning, you're losing. I mean, it was just back and forth, such a roller coaster trip. And then to come out on top, and it still doesn't hit. I mean, even like I said tonight, we'll see videos and stuff and realize what we really did accomplish that night.
It was surreal. I mean, first of all, the whole ninth inning took like 9 minutes. I mean, we were pinch runners and pinch hitters, and the ball was flying all over the infield. And you know, before I knew it, the bases were loaded, and Gonzo was coming up to the plate. And you know, my scorecard was a mess by this point, trying to figure out who was going to be where. And I turned to Bob Melvin right before the last pitch, and I said, "Do we have enough players to cover all the positions if we stay tied?" And just about then, Mariano Rivera delivered the pitch. Gonzo got the base hit. I threw my card on the ground and ran and celebrated. But right up until that last pitch, we were still trying to grind and figure out what we were going to do in extra innings.
I get asked that all the time, what it was like, what it felt like. You can't explain it. It's one of those things where everybody has to experience it themselves. And I can still remember running from here to home plate after Jay scored the run, and I was like high stepping like Herschel Walker. You know, it was like one of those just beautiful feelings that you can't describe. And that's like when you've been to one World Series, after you experience that, you can't wait to get back to another one. So it was great.
I don't think we were shocked. It's just, you know, we felt like we were never out of anything. Whether it's game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it didn't matter. Just we had what I don't see a lot of. We had a lot of veterans that believed in knowing how to play the game and know that it runs in cycles. And when you believe that, things happen for a reason.
How do you feel after winning a World Series, and how it changed your life?
Well, I mean, a lot of guys on that team 10 years ago have played a lot of years in the big leagues and never won the World Series or even been to a World Series. I had a luxury of being to one. I know Todd Stottlemyre had won one when he was in Toronto, but nobody else has really even been in a World Series. So you felt a lot of pressure to win it, and once we won it, I mean, it's the best feeling in the world. I feel like a lot of pressure is taken off of in your baseball career. It was just an incredible, exciting moment for the city, along with the players, everybody. And to be able to come back now 10 years later, and it seems like a snap of the fingers, kind of celebrate that. It's been a great weekend so far.
How much does a World Series title change how you feel about what you've accomplished in your career?
Yeah, you know, right afterwards, it doesn't really sink in. But after 10 years, it's like, or you watch a World Series on a TV, you're like, I've been there and I experienced that. I know what those guys are going through, and it's, you know, it's just, I was really fortunate enough to belong to that team and be a member of the team and those guys that we were with. It was a special team.
That's something that it will never be taken away. Just like a college degree, never be taken away. You've earned it. You know, you can not have your legs, your arms, or whatever, but the thing you have is you got the college degree and you got a World Series ring, and there's a lot of Hall of Famers don't have a World Series ring. So when you put it in that perspective, man, you're one of the elite, and regardless if you're a big name player or you're a small time, if you have a ring, if you're on that 0-1 title team, you're a champion.
I tell you what, there was nothing that could have happened better for the state as well as the city, and you know, hopefully what happens in the near future, we get another one. I think it's going to be just a matter of time.
This 10-year World Series reunion has been brought to you by Burns Pest Elimination. That's right, I said eliminating. They're not controlling, they're eliminating those pesky pests with your satisfaction guaranteed.
Right now, every pitch, every out, every hit, every fan, every win, every game matters. Don't miss your Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League Division Series. D-backs postseason tickets are on sale now. Visit dbacks.com/postseason.
This Positive Side of Sports and Entertainment presentation is brought to you by Roaring Fork, featuring wood fire cooking.
Welcome back to the Positive Side. You know, Roy and I talked about this all season long. If the 2011 D-backs were going to have any kind of success, they were going to have to ride the wave of Ian Kennedy, not to mention have a strong bullpen. But I think most importantly, and a lot of these players admit to this, they would have to listen to this guy, the skipper, Kirk Gibson.
After having some conversations with Kevin Towers and Gibby before I even signed here, they kind of laid out the groundwork for what they were hoping to accomplish here, and I mean, it made a lot of sense, the things they were talking about, changing the culture here, the attitude, and just the overall mentality of the team. So, I mean, you could kind of foresee what was going to happen. I don't know if they thought it was going to happen this quick, but once this team got together, it's a group of guys that love being around each other, have a lot of fun playing the game. And Gibby and the coaching staff has been preaching, don't worry about tomorrow, don't worry about what happened yesterday, worry about the game in front of you, the task at hand, the pitch in front of you, the hitter in front of you. And we just simplify the game, and I think that's a big credit to the coaching staff.
We're in a playoff race, and it's a great opportunity for me. I mean, just to kind of to play the game, and if pinch hit here and there or whatever, I mean, whatever the role is, it's hopefully I can help this team win and get to where they want to be. And
it's a great young clubhouse. That was the first thing I heard as soon as I got here, is how much fun it was. And everybody's clowning with each other and, goofing around, but as soon as they step on the field, it's all business.
Faces Will Venable on a 1-2 count. Fastball, strike 3.
Ian's been unbelievable, and I'll be the first one to say that if he's not in a big-time consideration for that Cy Young, it's going to be a crying shame, because he's been as good as anybody in the league.
I mean, that guy's been everything for our staff. He set the tone for the starters. And then, the bullpen guys, we want to come in behind them and clean it up and help do our best to keep the game right where it's at.
I just know that all these wins and everything that's happening, I'm just feeding off what our team's doing. The wins happen because our bullpen's so much better, timely hitting. We just go out there, and I feel like they're doing their job, so I got to do mine and just give us a chance to win and pass the ball to the bullpen, because I feel like they do the best out there.
I encourage to come out. I mean, it's someone new every day. I mean, it's not just the same old thing every day.
Even if we're losing, if we're down in the 9th inning, you never know what's going to happen. It doesn't matter how many runs or what closer's going out there. You know that our offense is going to give us a chance and come back in the 9th inning, and we just fight. We grind hard. We kind of take just the energy that our coaching staff has, and especially Gibby, and just that whole never give in attitude.
I just want them to come out. I mean, it's going to be a good time. It's a blast.
Right now, every pitch, every out, every hit, every fan, every win, every game matters. Don't miss your Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League Division Series. D-backs postseason tickets are on sale now. Visit dbacks.com/postseason.
This Positive Side of Sports and Entertainment presentation is brought to you by Ganem Jewelers, featuring Knight Rider.
Well, if these D-backs are going to go deep into the playoffs, they're going to have to ride the hot streak of this pitching, whether it's the bullpen or the starters. But I will tell you this, I would take Ian Kennedy on my side, and Roy is with them now.
You know, it's amazing when you think of a 20-game winner in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization since 1998. Randy Johnson, Curt Schilling, Brandon Webb, and now Ian Kennedy.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I mean, what an incredible feeling. I got to chill right now just saying it to you. And I'm not the one who's the recipient of 20 games.
Yeah, it's something special. You bring up those guys' names. I'm just happy to be in that company of those guys. Those guys are the best at their time, and some of the best pitchers. I mean, too bad for Brandon Webb, but he was something special every time you watch him pitch. I looked up some of the stats that he had. It's incredible, and for just to be amongst those guys, try to be consistent. I don't really consider myself in that group yet. Just, I mean, you're on a good team. It's been a lot of fun, so I've been taking advantage of it.
You know, Ian, I want to take you back to Christmas time when the Arizona Diamondbacks were hosting a whole lot of kids that were in need of some new shoes. And I remember looking over and saying, he doesn't even really look like much of a baseball player. He'd say, you know, you got the beard going and everything. You seem like one of the kids that was excited to be getting a pair of shoes or giving them away. When you look back at that, I know this wasn't part of where you thought you guys would be as an organization on a playoff run, let alone you being a 20-game winner.
Yeah, like you said, in December, pass out those shoes, make the smiles on those kids. It's anything we can do for the community as much as possible. I feel like we have that responsibility as professional athletes and be role models, and along with giving back. And like you said, we didn't see ourselves in this spot early on in spring training. We felt like we could do it, and like I said, we've been having a lot of fun with it. We have great team chemistry, great coaching staff, and it's been something that it's been a lot of fun this whole season.
We've many a time said that there's a lot of pitchers in Major League Baseball that may be attempting to get their wives pregnant now, because your luck since your daughter was born has been really one of the biggest inspirations of your life, and it seems like you've taken it onto the field every fifth day when you pitch.
Yeah, we joke about this. Some of my buddies joke like that. It's like, maybe I should have a kid. But no, she's really changed how I view things, baseball is baseball, and she's up there on the board right now, so it makes me really happy just to see her face and see her smile at me. But it's like I just taken a whole new appreciation for life and my wife and everything too.
But what you guys are going through right now, and you think where you guys were at before the All-Star break, you guys really are living a surreal life right now. How much has it changed in the dugout and the clubhouse?
For me, it's like you said, our team chemistry is just, we've had a lot of fun. You watch us on the bench, we're cheering for each other, we're smiling all the time, playing jokes on each other the whole time. It's nothing I've been a part of, at least at the big league level, just like this. It feels like we're kids again. We're just a bunch of big kids.
You know, it's kind of funny. Someone said to me at the end of the 8th, "Is this it for Ian?" I said, "I'll tell you in a second." And when Gibby gave you the fist, I knew that was it, because nobody touches you, nobody talks to you until the game's over. You came into the dugout, a lot of celebration, but then JJ got the last word in on you when you were doing your interview after the game.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be the end of it, because we got bigger things to look at, playoffs and all that stuff. So it was a special game, but we all knew that there's a bigger goal in hand. So I felt like when I was talking there, I knew it was going to happen, but
you knew you were going to get the shade.
I lost track for a second. Jody got me, and boom, and there it came. It's always good to get that, because you know you've done something good.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? The clock's ticking, and it's just getting closer to the playoffs. Just keep doing what you're doing and have fun, because that's the one thing you've been doing all year. Well, I can tell you this, there's nothing like Gibby and I coming out to a game. But you know what? This is what you call playoff fever. And you know what? It's been a long time since you fans have had a chance to come out and enjoy it. So get on board, have some fun. This is what just motivates these players as well. Look at Gibby and I mean, here we are at a ball game. When we get out of this show, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna munch it up and have some fun. And that's what you need to do, because this Arizona Diamondback team has worked their butts off to get to where they're at today.
They are, but I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. During spring training, they had record numbers over at Salt River Fields over there on the Indian Reservation. But here's the thing. You have to pack this place. Show your support. They've done it all along. They've showed you that they believed and they took flight. You got to start believing, too, if you're a fan.
Well, for myself, Roy Garibaldi, and my little brother, Gibby, why don't you go out and make it a Diamondback week, a playoff week, and let's just hope they go all the way. Because in the meantime, Gibby and I are going to hang out, and we're going to get a little munchies.
And where'd those hot dogs go?
You get a corn dog for $1.50, a hot dog, popcorn, even a small Pepsi.
I'll take 3.
You'll take 3? Hey, but you know what? I do need some peanuts, so I've been looking for some peanuts as well.
Hey, man, be careful. If that kiss can comes on, you better sit on your break.
I got news for you. If that kiss cam comes and you come near me, I'm going to tell you right now.
I got somebody for you, Chase. Chase will be willing to sit in my place.
This is Lyle Overbay, the Arizona Diamondbacks. What am I supposed to say? Where's my cue card at? I can't remember this stuff. Hi, this is Lyle Overbay of the Arizona Diamondbacks. If you haven't had a chance to come out and watch us, you're missing us. Playoff.
I love it. All of us here at The Positive Side would like to give a special thank you to the Arizona Diamondbacks for their constant contribution to our show throughout this 2011 season.